Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday at 2:01, and that means it's Fast Facts and Features with me, the brand ambassador for ethical flooring. And Kevin kind of scooched into his chair at the last moment because he was out on a job site. And that's where a good owner should be when issues arise. So thank you, Kevin, for squeezing us in today.
Just in the nick of time. Solved an issue and I get to talk to you. So here we go.
Oh, and you know what? It's you know what, we always say this is our favorite topic, and this is our favorite topic, and this is our favorite topic. But this really is an important topic because you say the bulk of your business, what we said last week, 95% of your business is done by engineered hardwood flooring. It's what a lot of contractors, builders, specs, especially those designers that want floors that are about 9 inches wide these days, that you need to have a good quality engineered hardwood floor. So before we get into good versus bad, I asked you to have a little sample, and I'd love for you to pick up the good one. And we may get to the good and bad today, but I think it's important that let's do an autopsy on a piece of engineered hardwood floor and what each one of the particular parts of that floor are, the proper names. You know, they say with your kids, you should call the body part the real body part, not make it up. So let's call it what it is. So when someone calls in and says, oh, you said something about fill in the blank, they're using the right technology or word. And then we'll go into each one of them's purpose. Okay, on that construction hardwood floor. So take it away, Kevin.
Awesome. Okay, I grabbed before we came sample of one of our floors from our friends at Mirage. Parent company is Boa Franc. Now they actually make engineered wood floor in 2 different formats, which I brought here. So we probably won't have time to go over both, but maybe another date, or if we do, we'll see. So this is from their, what they call their engineered collection, and it is a 1/2 inch thick engineered wood floor. This happens to be a 6.5 inch wide plank, but as with Mirage, you can get the same floor and oftentimes in many different widths, which is one of their awesome advantages. So this is a pretty simple construction. As we see the core, so this part here is often called, depends on the manufacturer, to be honest. It can be called the core, it can be called the platform. You know, there is no, as far as I'm aware, no official name for it in the industry, but as you can see, it's made out of plywood. Now, as in all things in life, all plywood is not created equal. This happens. No.
Okay, there's education to me. I thought plywood was plywood.
No, indeed. So this is actually marine grade Baltic birch plywood. So this is essentially the quality of plywood if you were making a high-end yacht, or if you were making any other really nice boat where it's going to be exposed to high humidity and high moisture levels, you would use a marine grade plywood. Mirage takes that same quality of plywood and actually uses it for the structure or the core of their floor. Second layer on top, this technical term for that is called a lamella, L-A-M-E-L-L-A. Now you'll find this called all sorts of funny things. You know, wear layer is a common one. Veneer is another one. Plywood laminate layer. I've heard, you hear all sorts of funny things. People come in saying that what they're talking about or what they're asking for, but the actual proper technical term for that is lamella, which I actually learned from our friend, Mr. Alan Sieben of Boa Franc. He taught me that. Thank you, Alan. I'm sure you're not watching.
He will later, because I uploaded to the YouTube, or well, we uploaded to YouTube and also to IGTV, and I know he watches on IGTV.
So the lamella here, this is the actual hardwood floor. So this is the valuable part of the floor. In this case, this is a white oak, actually rift and corded white oak that I'm holding. Obviously it can be made out of maple, hickory, red oak, walnut, whatever species it is that you're buying, that's what the top lamella is going to be made out of. And then on top of that, if we look at the face of the floor, this floor happens to be a natural, so there's no stain applied. And then there's obviously many layers of clear coat wear layer applied on top. So That is the basic construction of a Mirage engineered wood floor.
There's actually, yeah, let's the ends, like, because that's an important feature of a good quality hardwood floor is the two ends, the runs down the side. So explain the sides to us.
You mean the tongue and groove?
That.
Yes. So it's hard to do. There you go. It's a protruding tongue there. Maybe you can see.
Yep.
Opposite side is its companion, which is the groove. And obviously for a floor to fit together nicely and to maintain, what we're always looking for is a tight gaps or tight lines throughout here. And the quality of the milling, you know, the tolerances and the machinery used to create this tongue and groove system is really important. So you'll have some floors where it's really sloppy and it just kind of loose bang together.
Okay.
That's not great. Neither is the opposite, actually, where it's too tight. Now you're putting exceptional pressure on the floor when you're trying to install it. So a well-made floor should just almost like a bank vault, just kind of come together with just a medium level of force and have obviously consistent milling and consistent lines along the joint here.
And something that I see there when you hold up the tongue there, which is, it's interesting because we know that when you walk on the hardwood floor, you're not careful that you're just walking here. You're going to walk on the joints and stuff like that. So when I see that the plywood base, it's got two layers. So it looks like they're very conscious of having one tongue, or because I know plywood is created like veneer.
Yep. Yep.
That tongue has got a piece of the veneer that goes this way, but it also has a piece of the veneer that goes this way to strengthen that tongue. Am I seeing that correctly?
Yeah, you are right. You got good eyes from the other side of the other side of the internet. You are, yeah. I mean, this is part of the Mirage beauty and the quality core material is not, it is obviously supporting the entire floor, but it's also supporting the tongue. Right. Same actually goes for a laminate floor where it's a little bit different, but the core material there, the locking system is actually milled into that. So again, the same quality of the core material will dictate the quality of the locking system. And the same is true here. If you start with a really high quality core, you know, you can liken it to maybe a bodybuilder or somebody's into fitness. If they have a really strong core, it's going to support them in all of the activities that they do and help them to do things that somebody like me couldn't do. It's the same with an engineered wood floor. The better quality the core, the more it's going to resist the expansion and contraction from the changes in the seasons, from winter to summer to spring, through changes in temperature and humidity. These are all putting stresses on the floor, and the better quality of the core material, the more it's going to resist that. And the end result of that is that it's going to stay in the position that it's intended to be, in the shape it's intended to be, the size it's intended to be, and keep a really nice, tight, great looking floor for many years to come.
Okay, how about the underside? What's important about the underside of that hardwood floor? What's that all about?
Yeah, so you have a bottom balancing layer, and they've actually, see these lines here, they've actually, not everybody does this. It's a nice feature though. So they've actually chamfered, or they've cut in relief cuts into the back side. And what that does is just allows a little bit more flexibility of the floor. So, you know, we want to make sure that the floor is flat to within the industry standard, which you and I have talked about before, but there is a 3/16 allowable deviation, and just having this back chamfering just allows the floor to be a little bit more pliable and reduces hollow spots that might potentially happen where the floor didn't quite grab into the glue in every square inch of the area. Okay.
Well, you know what, Kevin, we're coming up to 10 minutes, and
I just got started.
I know, and this is because what I'd like to do is the next time, before you introduce Mirage's other platform that they make, is next Wednesday, let's bring up another company's, like a product say you don't sell, but I know you will have a sample, because I remember when I would have people come in and go, can you match this floor? And it's like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not installing that floor because it's definitely going to fail. Yeah,
I found one.
Yeah, okay, so hold that on for show and tell next week, because I'd like to get into what each one of those layers do, and perform and why it's made like that. And then when you have an inferior hardwood floor, which you just showed us, why it could fail because of how it's not constructed well.
Right.
And we'll go on that because it's almost like we can compare, because we get customers all the time. They go, well, this floor looks so much like this floor. And it's like, okay, let's take it apart, you know, where you can point out and go, oh, okay, it's not the same. It's definitely not the
No,
same.
no, indeed. And we were talking about this as a team. I know we're out of time, but you can liken it to a $50 watch and a $5,000 watch. They both tell this time, probably.
You
But
hope.
if you open it up, the bits and the parts and how it's constructed are going to be completely different. And you should be able to immediately see the quality difference between them. And you can with a quality engineered wood floor versus a poor quality one.
I often would say to people is we're taking a natural product, bringing it into an unnatural environment. Let's treat it with respect as we're bringing it inside. And have it last for a long time. So we're giving a little respect to God and Mother Nature outside.
Yep, that's what we do. We build them to build floors to last. And, you know, that's what makes me feel good. That's what I know you enjoyed when you were in it.
Yes.
Definitely don't like installing disposable products.
Absolutely.
It's not a great way to go.
I know we both like to put our heads down at the end of the day and go, be rest assured that you've done a great day's work for your clients. Okay, Kevin, stay tuned for part 2 as we talk about engineered hardwood flooring and all the little parts that go up to make a good quality engineered hardwood flooring. See you next Wednesday at
That was fun.
PM.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.